Hello, this video is all about binding or pairing. That is the wireless connection between your T4R room thermostat and the receiver unit. So if you have a red flashing light on your receiver unit and you don't see a wireless symbol in the display, or you've got a flashing wireless symbol with a warning triangle, then it's most likely you have lost your binding between these two units. And in this video, I'm going to go through a step-by-step guide of how you rebind these two units back together so you can get your heating back on and your house warmed up again. If you want to know more about the T3R or the T4R, then I've made separate videos all about these two programmers, what you get in the box, how to install them, set them up, program them, all the parameters, hopefully everything you'll need to know about these two programmers. I've also made a video comparing these two programmers, so if you're looking to buy one, then hopefully that will help you to pick out which one will suit you best. If you are looking to purchase one of these programmers, then I have left links in the description below taking you to all the programmers I have mentioned, along with links to all my videos. My name is Mark Ballard and I've been a gas registered engineer for over 20 years. The aim of my channel is to help you with your central heating and your plumbing. If you find my video helpful in any way, then please give me some feedback by clicking on that thumbs up. And of course that will help others to find this video. And of course if you enjoy my video, you can click subscribe. And if you want to receive a notification the next time I upload a help video, then click on that bell. And of course, share the video with your friends. I'd like to say a really big thank you to everybody who's bought me a cup of coffee and left a donation in my toolbox fund. It's really appreciated and it helped me to make more videos, which will hopefully help you. Right, now let's get on with the video. All the links throughout this video can be found in the description below, at the end of the video, or in the cards above. Before I get into the binding, a quick message to any installers watching. You may be interested to know that you can bind the T3R room thermostats to the T4 receivers. So this is the T4 receiver. You can see the buttons are in a slightly different place, and I've tried doing that and I've bound it to it without any problem at all. And you also do it the other way around, binding the T4 to the T3 receiver. And of course I've made a video on how you go about doing that. Like I said in the intro, this video is all about binding the T4R. Now the T3R is very similar, but it is different, and I made a separate video all about rebinding the T3R. If you have the old TRV4 with a holiday button in the middle instead of the manual and auto button, this process should still work the same. So here we are, here's our two units. Here is the receiver unit and the thermostat. So I know these two units are no longer talking to each other. Now the reason I know that is because one, this light here is flashing red, and there's no wireless symbol in the top here. So if I push a button like that, light the display up, we can see there's no wireless symbol in that top right hand corner there. Alternatively, you may have the wireless symbol flashing in the top right hand corner and also a warning triangle. That also indicates that it's not got a connection with the receiver unit. So I know these two units have lost their binding. We can also test to make sure that this unit is still working okay by coming to this little button here. If we push that button there, a green light should come on like that, and then we should see the boiler fire up. So you want to test that, make sure that that's still working. So you push that button, the light turns green, your boiler should then fire up, and then make sure that's running okay, and then push the button again, and that should turn the boiler off. Now something you might want to know is if this has lost its binding, you can just bring your heating on by doing that. So if you're getting cold, push that button and that should stay on until this unit sends a signal. But obviously as it's not, it will stay on continuously until you come and push this button again. So that was just a way of overriding it if you're cold and you need to get your heating on. One other thing you should try doing before you go rebinding the two units is just to replace the batteries in the thermostat, just in case they're a little flat. But having said that, you should have a warning symbol in the display if your batteries are nearly flat. So now we need to bind these two units back together. Now it is fairly straightforward, and I'm going to walk you through it step by step so you can set it up nice and easily. Now we have the receiver unit, still flashing red. There's a flashing symbol here. So the first thing we're going to do is clear all the old binding settings from the receiver unit, and then we're going to put it into binding mode where it's then looking for a signal from this unit here. So to do that is fairly straightforward. All we need to do is to get a paper clip like this, just bend it over, and there's a little hole just there. And then what we need to do, I'll just try and make this a bit clearer to see. We put it in a hole and push it down for a few seconds and wait for the light to change colour. 1, 2, and there you go. Both lights just blinked amber. And that would have now cleared all the old binding settings which are in the receiver unit. Now we need to put this unit into binding mode. You should be able to see that both lights are off. I push and hold that button there. So go 1, 2, 3. Now you'll see this light starts flashing, and that is flashing like a yellowy colour now. Again, it's not clear to see. It's not red. It is like an amber colour. So that means that this unit is now in its binding mode and it's looking for a signal to come from the thermostat. Now to go into thermostat binding settings, this is fairly straightforward, but you do need to follow the buttons very carefully. If you find your receiver unit has stopped flashing whilst you're trying to do the thermostat, then all you need to do is repress the button on the front of the receiver unit and hold it down, and that will put it back into binding mode again, like that. Then you can continue resetting the thermostat. So the first thing we need to do with this unit is to light the display up. So just remember to do that. So just push any button. So I'll just push that one. The display is lit up. Now we need to push this button here and this one here. So that's the -1 at the same time for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And now we've gone into this setting here. It says 14A. Now if you don't see 14A, then you've gone to the wrong place, okay? And maybe stop what you're doing and press the home button. Now we're in 14A. We need to change that to 14C. Now we need to come down to the tick button and we press tick and we see it change to 14B. Then we press tick again and we see 14C. Now we need to change the 0 to a 1. So we press the plus. That changes it to a 1. Then we need to press the tick to accept those changes. And now we'll see our little 1 come up in the display just there. Then we press the middle button and we go back to 14B. Then we press back again to get to 14A. Now we can see it says 14A in the top there. Now we need to change the 0 to a 1. So we press the plus button. It changes to a 1. We then press the tick again. We then just wait and we should see a wireless symbol come up in the top right hand corner of the display. And there you are. And we should also see the number 1 just here. And the light on the receiver unit will have turned to a solid green. That means the two units have now bound together. So if we then finally push the home button, like that, you can now see it says saving. That's our settings saved. And now the units are working again. They're bound back together. Now you can see we have a solid green light on the receiver box and a solid wireless symbol in the display. Now we just need to check that they're operating correctly. So I'm going to push the middle button, change it to manual. I'm then going to push the plus button to put the temperature up. You'll then see the set temperature rising. Just there, I'm going to keep taking the temperature up and say take it up to, let's say 24 degrees. We should then hear a click from the receiver unit and the green light should come on. And there you go, there's the green light, that's come on and it's solid. And then we should see a flame come up in the display. And there you are, there's the flame in the display. So now I'm just going to turn the temperature back down by pressing the minus button. And we'll just make sure that the receiver unit goes off also. So we should then hear a click from the receiver unit. And there you go, the light's gone out. And now on the display we should see the flame go. And there it is, the flame's gone. So whether you want to call this binding or pairing or the wireless connection, as you can see they're both talking to each other again, and you should be able to put your heating on and off as and when you want to. So I hope that sorted you out if you had this binding problem. If this didn't work, then try redoing the process all over again. Make sure that you push all the buttons in the right order, because you only need to get one button wrong or something not saved in the right place and the process won't work. And don't worry, I have done this several times, rebound something and it hasn't worked, but just keep going and hopefully it will rebind. Right, that's about it then. So I do hope my video has been helpful to you. If you want to watch my next video, then you can click on the link just here. And if you found my video helpful in any way, then please give me that little bit of feedback by clicking on that thumbs up. And like I said, that will help others to find the video. And if you enjoyed the video, then you can click on subscribe. And if you want to receive a notification the next time I upload a help video, then click on that bell. and of course share the video with your friends. And if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, I'd like to say a really big thank you to everybody who's left a donation in my Toolbox Fund. It's really appreciated and it helped me to make more videos which will hopefully help you. Bye for now, and I'll see you next time.